Hi there, it's Romola and welcome to day 2 of the Retreat for Calm and Spiritual Connection. So thank you to the ladies who joined me yesterday. I think we all had a really enjoyable sort of 20 minutes, and that's what this is all about. So this is 20 minutes and we're going to be doing some tools to bring some calm, but also to do some spiritual work as well. And what's really important, like I explained yesterday, is I think of life as a pyramid. So at the bottom of the pyramid, we've got that need for calm and we've got the security and everything else that's being affected with us at the moment. And if we don't have that in place and satisfied, then we can't then reach up and do the spiritual work as well. So that's why we do a little bit of calming, give you some tools around that, and then we're able to do the spiritual work. We can by raising our vibration, we raise our vibration, and that will then help us on many levels. It ripples out then to everybody else in our family, within our four walls, and things do change, as I shared yesterday. So we've got, hi Anne, hi Jane, lovely to see you both. So we've just hit 10 o'clock now. So today, like before, we're going to do, I've got my angel deck card again, the lovely angel prayers. So we'll pull a card and we'll see if we get what we get from these. So when I do my cards, I always give them a little tap just to clear old energy, because they're sitting in the open family space. Give them a shuffle and ask for whatever card we need on this group, on this page today. Okay, and we have got Peace and Harmony, Archangel Raguel. Lovely. We've got gold, just like I'm wearing today, that's funny. And it says, thank you, Raguel, for surrounding my life in a harmonious light. So we can call in Archangel Raguel to support us. Again, bringing in that peace, that harmony. We need to find these within us. And like I said, when we have them, then they ripple out to everybody else in the family, and people that we come into contact with, whether it's queuing in the shop or online as well. So we'll just see what he says about Raguel. So we've got peace. Oops, going past the peas. Peace and harmony. So we have Raguel's name means friend of God, and he is the angel of harmony. He works closely with those who call him in to help bring end to conflicts and challenges. He helps us to remember the importance of relationships, both romantically and personally. It's important to have good people around us. Raguel is one of the angels of justice, working closely with Michael and Zadkiel to resolve situations fairly and for everyone's highest good. Call on him for help in creating harmonious bonds in your relationship. So actually, I think Raguel's, we will be using him later, because he sounds one that we can call on at any point. And we are going through challenges at the moment. We spoke about this yesterday, how it feels a bit like a war, because we're in lockdown and we've had lots of our things that we rely on taken away from us and a lot of new things imposed on us. So we can call on this beautiful energy of Archangel Raguel. So he's there with this beautiful gold behind him, beaming white light. He looks actually like he's wearing armour as well for protection. So when we do our spiritual meditation, we'll just call in his energy so we connect with it as well. So I hope you've all been well in the last couple of days, and you found that yesterday was helpful. So what I'm going to do today is we're going to do a little bit of a meditation as well, just to ground ourselves. Because again, when we're doing any kind of sort of spiritual work or meditation work, it's really important that we are fully grounded in this space, in this time, on this earth. Because when we have that grounding, actually it helps us to stretch up here and into that spiritual, into that source and the universal energy. Because if we're not grounded, we can float and not be able to pull that wisdom down, pull that energy, pull that healing down into our physical bodies as well. So, take a slurp of tea. And we'll do a little meditation for just a couple of minutes. If you want to just get yourself comfortable and close your eyes and take a few deep breaths in and out, connecting with your body, feeling your feet on the floor. Notice your shoulders and chest rise and fall with each breath. I want you to take your attention now down to your feet and have awareness of where they are. Maybe you can feel the soft carpet beneath your feet, or your socks and shoes. And just allow your feet to feel fully grounded from the heel to the sole and each toe connected to the earth. And we're just going to ask Mother Earth to hold our feet and ground us in this moment, in this space. And if you like, you can visualise your feet maybe on a sandy beach with the sand and the warmth. Maybe on some soft grass, so you're really grounding into Mother Earth. Whatever feels right for you. And I don't often send roots down, but I think in this one we will, just to really ground. So just visualise some roots, some energy cords going out from your sole of your feet down into the earth, going deep and wide. And we've asked Mother Earth to ground us, so we've asked permission to do this. And as your roots spread, just allow yourself to feel really grounded. It doesn't matter where your feet, where the roots are going, if they're going down to the centre of the earth or if they're spreading across the county where you live. It's whatever is right for you. And allow an energy from the earth, a beautiful red energy, just to flow up your feet and your ankles, up your calves and your knees. And just allow that red energy to go as far up the body as feels right for you. And this beautiful grounding energy from Mother Earth. And keep doing your beautiful breathing. And visualizing yourself connected to the earth. Okay, so I want you just to wiggle your toes and your fingers. Take a few conscious breaths. They don't need to be deep breaths, just conscious breaths, breathing in and out. Feeling your body, stretching if you need to, and then open your eyes when you find a new moment. Hi Elaine. So I like to do simple grounding exercises. Like I say, usually I just ask, I have my feet flat on the floor, and I usually just ask Mother Earth to hold me in the earth, in her energy, ground me in this moment, in this time. Because when I do that, like I say, it's almost as if you are able to stretch and reach those higher planes, that source energy, by being fully grounded in your physical body, in your physical place. It definitely allows that connection to grow much better. Also, when you're fully grounded, it's a bit like a protection, because you are fully grounded in this moment, fully in the now as well. And again, like we were saying yesterday, when we are fully in the now, then we are in complete control of our emotions at that moment. It's when we think about the future that we go into anxiety, and the past into the depression and those emotions, which, as we know, can then spiral. So one thing I'm going to share is the cooling tool. It's cool enough today. The calming tool is a breathing one, and I love this breathing one. So just if you have had any lung, cold, etc. issues, we're not going to mention the word, then just watch your breathing. You might, do what you can, but don't push yourself, okay? So this is the 7-11, and I love this one. So we do a count of 7 on the in-breath and a count of 11 on the out-breath. And by making the out-breath longer, it actually has a physiological effect on the body that changes the stress hormones and puts the body into a relaxation zone, a relaxation space. And that's really important. Now, the 7-11 can be quite long, particularly that out-breath of 11. So what I would suggest doing is we'll do it on a 4 on the in-breath and 7 on the out-breath. So that out-breath is still slightly longer, but it's what we don't want is to be going and trying to push the energy out, because that just is not right. We need to be responsive and aware of how our bodies are, and particularly of how our lungs and our breathing is at the moment. So we just breathe in for the count of 7. So I use my fingers, and then out for 11. Or like 7-11. So we'll do it again with 4 and 7, and you can just see the difference. So the 4-7 feels a lot more comfortable for me at the moment, but I can probably get to 8. So just go with whatever your breath is, and the key thing is just making that out breath. Even if you just do an in breath and count how many seconds that is, and then just make the out breath 3 or 4 seconds slightly longer. But like I say, you don't want to be going at the end and trying to force the air out because you don't want to. The idea is for calm and not for stress. So what I like to do with this one is I will use my phone. And I will set the stopwatch, and I'll literally do 2 or 3 rounds of the breathing and just see how long that takes. Now the benefit of this is then I know roughly how long one round is, and that means that when I do, so if I'm doing the 4-7, for example, I would probably end up doing, 10, 11, 12 rounds. And what I can then do is 10 or 12 rounds in a minute. That's what I'm trying to say. So the idea then is that you know how long you're doing the breathing for a minute, and then you know that when you do 8, 9, 10 rounds of the breathing in for 4 and breathing out for 7, you know that you've actually had a whole minute of that calm and positive energy and that relaxation. And when we do things for a minute, we have all got little minutes, those little pockets of time in the day when we're walking to the bathroom, when we're washing our hands, when we're putting the kettle on for a cup of tea. We can do little simple breathing exercises, and if we know how many take a minute or 2 minutes, if you want to do it that way, then you can just do them and know, right, that's my 2 minutes. You don't have to count. And by keeping it simple, by doing the 4 breaths in, count to 4 in and the count to 7 out, it's not too taxing on the old brain. So that's one of the calming tools that I like. I say it's one of my favourite ones to do, the 7-11, because it does have that real physical impact on the body when you do it as well. So the second calming tool I'd like to share is one around mindful eating. So I don't know about you, but we are getting through a huge amount of cake and biscuits and chocolate in this house, or that might just be me, I don't know. But when I eat it, I don't always pay attention. It's like that gratification when you eat it and not paying attention to it. So what I'd like to invite you to do today is, if you've got a treat for yourself, or if you've got a lovely apple or a lovely orange, be very mindful when you're eating it. So, picking up the orange and smelling the fruit, feeling the skin, noticing the colour. When you're peeling the orange, be very present. Don't be doing it when you've got the TV on or the radio on, or you're thinking about other things. Just be fully present in that moment when you are preparing yourself to eat, or opening the chocolate, the smelling of it, the feeling of it, imagination, visualizing it, and then taking each bite very slowly. So feeling the smell, the sense when it first goes in your mouth. If you've got chocolate, then it's going to start to melt. The crunch, the softness, the juice of the orange. Being aware of the flavours and where you can taste them in your mouth, and the sensation of it, and allow yourself to really enjoy your food. So like I say, for me, it's chocolate, or a chocolate biscuit. I haven't actually got any oranges at the moment, but whatever it is, that just choose one thing today and be really mindful in your preparation to eat it and the eating of it, because again, you're grounding, you're being really present in the moment. So that is the tip 2. Like I say, as I said yesterday, I do have the book, the Anthology of Family Calm Tools, and there's also a book of Balance and Calm Toolkit, 100 plus items as well. It's a green cover. I haven't got it with me, that you can get for just a few pound on Amazon, full of simple, quick tips that you can do just to bring that bit of now time and focus into your day. So when we spoke earlier, we had the angel card, we had Archangel Raguel, who was our peace and harmony. Now yesterday with the spiritual tool I said about was the journaling. So getting your journal out and writing whatever you needed to do, whatever came up, whatever you needed to ask for support from I think it was Raziel yesterday, Azrael. So today with our spiritual tool, I'd like you to, if you have your own deck of cards, and I guess probably most of you have, and just go and do a card reading for yourself. So pick the deck up, give it a tap, think about what you need to know. It can be as simple as, what do I need to know today? Or what would help me today? Well, shuffle the cards and then just take one card that's speaking to you. And then just read it, contemplate it, look at the pictures, look at the details in there, see what's drawn. You might get drawn to a flower or a picture or a bird or an animal that's in that picture, depending on your card deck. And again, what you can do is you could hold it over your heart space and do some breathing, so a little bit of a meditation into the energy of the card, what messages it got for you. Or you could get your journal out and do some writing. If you haven't got a card deck, then drop me a message and I can pull a card for you to share through lovely old Facebook. So that is when we do these card readings for ourselves, we really empower ourselves as well. And I'm a great believer in empowering people to have the tools for themselves. So I see myself more as a teacher than a hands-on therapist. I haven't actually done a lot of hands-on therapy for quite a while now, because I'm more in the teaching and supporting role. But so many of us with our cards, we'll see a post on Facebook that says, come and get your card reading and I'll do you a card pull. And I know I get a lot when I do those on my page. But what we really also need to do is to empower ourselves to have that connection and to be able to build our own intuition. And the intuition is something we're gonna look at tomorrow on day 3 at 10 o'clock. So it's been just about 20 minutes. So I'm trying to be mindful of your time. Because I said it would be around 20 minutes. I hope you found this helpful and useful. You can come back to it at any time. Like I said, I'm going to be, I'll probably end up pinning the posts to the top of the page so you can access them, and I will be hopefully being able to download them to YouTube and email them out. So if you're on the email list, again, you will be able to access them. Like I've always said, I keep things simple. Do minute meditations, do some simple breathing exercises, feel your feet grounded on the ground, do things, do half a dozen a day if you can, because what you'll find is, rather than spiking and staying up there, then yes, you might be going a little bit like this, but actually you're going to be lowering you're going to be a sort of 3 out of 10 rather than the constant 6 out of 10. So I wish you a beautiful Saturday. Hopefully some sunshine and some warmth will come through. There's a little bit of blue sky out there at the moment. And I shall see you tomorrow at 10 o'clock on Sunday. Bye-bye.